Here's the Polovin. No clinking glasses on this one.
You want to chat?
I need to find some people. S.T.A.L.K.E.R mentioned you might be able to help me with that.
You're making some friends, I see. S.T.A.L.K.E.R is a man with a heart of gold. When he's not being pain in the ass, anyway.
You seem pretty popular yourself. Are you some kind of recruiter? Bringing folks to Strider, mingling with scientists, cozying up to S.T.A.L.K.E.R. And you keep popping up wherever I go, too.
Must be the Zone's will. Nah, there's a plenty of recruiters here without me. By the way, there's that Stalker who showed up after the signal, S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Ever heard of him? He's a legend around here. I hear he's putting together a new crew. He doesn't like what's going on in the Zone and he wants to shake things up.
What's S.T.A.L.K.E.R up to? What's his plan?
That's something you gotta ask the man himself. And if he doesn't trust you enough, you'll never find out. S.T.A.L.K.E.R is the type who keeps his plans to himself.
What happened to his old crew?
I could tell you they found lots of rare artifacts, left for the mainland, and lived happily ever after. But in reality, not everyone made it back from their trip to the monolith.
How can I find this S.T.A.L.K.E.R guy?
Nah. I might have said too much already. Either the Zone's gonna help you, or S.T.A.L.K.E.R will find you himself. But I don't think you two would hit it off right now. As long as you and S.T.A.L.K.E.R keep looking for the Shining Zone, you better stay away from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. He doesn't trust or cooperate with anyone. Can you really blame him?
I found folks in the Zone I can trust. S.T.A.L.K.E.R just needs to try harder. Speaking of which, do you know anyone on this list?
I know one of them, Dvupalov. He's a real grump when he's sober, which, thankfully, isn't often. He's usually holed up in his old hideout and doesn't entertain visitors. If you want to talk to him, you'll need to bring him a collar from a mutant. He used to do some research with the collars, and now he just collects them. Talk about sentimental.
Is this the type of collar Dvupalov collects?
Wow! You've certainly been around the Zone if you've managed to find one. You're shaping up to be quite the stalker. Now that you have the collar, you're good to head to Dvupalov's hideout. I'll send you the coordinates. If he asks you for a password, the answer is leash. Remember, if the professor offers you a drink, don't turn it down. It'll make the conversation smoother. But don't try to outdrink him either. You won't stand a chance. See ya.
What do I want?
The leash.
Come on in, and don't drag your feet. If you only got one, don't expect a big payout. Hand it over. You're new around here, aren't you? Or have I just forgotten you? I had an assistant I'll never forget, Nightingale. It was a delight to work with and a great drinking buddy. It's a shame he's gone. Think you can fill his shoes?
I wasn't planning to. I'm here about...
I know what you're here about. The first ones in the house. But we'll enjoy it right here on the spot. You can fetch the bottle from my lab. It's just down the hall. It's an elixir you'll light and never forget. Or remember. Come on, have a sit. All right. Let's sample the goods. Let's have one. And then we can talk about what, where, and how much. Here's to the start of our partnership.
All right. Here's to our partnership.
Not even a flinch, huh? That sort of bravado isn't gonna impress me. When you're drinking, you've gotta put your heart into it. So, where are we? How about another one?
Let's toss another one back.
You're definitely not a grad student. That's a good thing. Look, about those scholars. Leave them out next time. The shop's closed. What's the point of stocking up on collars if I don't have a leash? It was a promising project, sure. But it's time to bid it farewell. Bottoms up, Stalker.
What project are you talking about?
I told ya, Project Leash. The mutant control project. They cooked up all sorts of freaks, then tried to make gadgets to bust them around and zap them remotely if things get out of hand. As you know, they fucked up the later parts. When the project got shelved, those colored mutants were supposed to die peacefully in their cages, not run amok in the zones poking stalkers. So much for a promising project. But I suppose promises are made to be broken. How about a drink to that stalker?
Let's have another one. Sure.
To abstract thinking. If man is the measure of all things, then the measure of a man is 3 shots of this magic vodka. So go ahead, ask your questions while I'm feeling charitable.
How do you destroy phantoms and defeat someone who can create induced illusions?
Seen double, eh? You probably just had some bad vodka. Try some of mine. It's good for more than just keeping radiation at bay.
When I saw the man who created those phantoms, I was stone cold sober.
Ha ha ha. And I was stone cold sober when I saw evidence that it was impossible. But who am I to forbid you from living in a world of illusions? If you're really so eager, drag your ass to X5. That's where the whole 3-ring circus used to be. Try to find a blueprint for the suppressor. It's out to help you. I'm all out of vodka anyway. Come on. I'll give you the key card for the lab. The colors were a crude instrument. The suppressors, on the other hand, they were designed to dampen abilities of a fighter. Now, where did I put it? No, that's just some junk. Ah, look, a pickle. I'll save it for later. Fuck, where are you off to? The artifact just popped out of the still. Grab me, Stalker. Left. No, right. You're light on your feet, Stalker. You can hang on to this one. You've earned it. You went after the artifact like a bullet from a gun. Seems like I gave the keycard for X5 to Sherpa after all. That's why I hate teetotalers. The bastard must have caught me in a good mood. Anyway, if you want the suppressor, you need to talk to that boring grad student yourself. He's over in Agroprom, staying close to X5. And now for the 4th shot, the happiest of them all.
I ask you to vacate the premises. I'm occupying it and there's nothing here to take.
Calm down, Sherba. Vupalov sent me.
Is the professor doing okay? He didn't succumb to intoxication from that poison of his, did he? Its alcohol by volume is nearing pure ethanol. Not to mention the anomalous component. What a fall from grace. A great scientist resorting to making vodka.
Tell me about Vupalov. So he's a great scientist?
Professor Dvupalov is a brilliant mind hailing from the Project X era, the mastermind behind the Controller project. He used to bring science to new heights. Now the only thing he can bring is a glass toward his lips. He's disenchanted with his life's work, you see? Nothing ever changes. If only the professor had taken a moment to peruse my notes instead of selling vodka.
Why do you even bother helping Vupalov?
How can I stand by and watch a scientist of his caliber kill the few brain cells he has left? He has invaluable knowledge and skills, the kind that are not taught at Malachite, especially nowadays. The professor has no right to go down this path. It took Dvupalov a whole 6 months just to remember my name while I served him food every day. And now he tells you about the card right away? Did you drink with him or something?
It's tough to avoid having a drink with him.
That stuff is pure poison. All right, I'll give you the card. It's too risky for me in there anyway. But you've got to promise me that you'll search X5 for any papers related to the Controller project and bring them back to me.
Tell me what you know about the Controller project.
The Controller project did involve some research on phantoms, but its main objective was to develop specimens modified with both biological and technological enhancements. Unlike their mutant predecessors, which were impossible to keep in their cages, these were meant to be trained as soldiers to protect Project X personnel. Can you imagine? Not even S.T.A.L.K.E.R is attempting anything like that nowadays. They haven't even managed to create a single new specimen.
Why do you want those papers?
I tried to convince Professor Dvupalov that I'm a worthy successor to his great work, but all I received from him was a couple of his drafts, one of which had been used as a food wrapper. I'm talking about research that could etch our names into history. Since the professor doesn't seem to recognize it, I'll take it upon myself to finish the job for him.
Since I'm headed to X5, tell me about the lab.
Until recently, no one even knew it existed. The research there was classified, and the lab had been mothballed for quite some time. Then Duty did some cleanup with heavy explosives there, and found hidden levels beneath Agroprom. I used certain informal channels to reach out to the professor. That's how I found out it was an old mutant research lab. I can't even begin to fathom what's going on in there right now.
Hand me that key card, and I'll see what I can do about your papers.
All right. It's not like I've got much of a choice. But keep those papers in mind, Stalker. You'll need to head all the way down, but if you're willing to do the job, I'll make it worth your while. I'll go check on the professor in the meantime. Seems like every time I look away, he's got a new drinking buddy.
You're having trouble sleeping too, I see. Let's get started early today. We're going to explore how your brain responds to metaphors and imagery. Empathy and abstract thinking. Those are the traits that separate us from simple beasts. And they're what separates you from the other mutants. In theory, at least. I rummaged through my library and came across something that suits our circumstances perfectly. I hope you won't mind a little poetry. Not backwards, forwards is the spirit side. This moment now alone is our delight. inspire them, rather than relying on his controller abilities. He's not just a soldier. He's a general. Yes, you make a good point. Remind me, where are the blueprints for the suppressor?
My head. Fuck. I can't let history repeat itself. Today's March 3rd, 2017. You're S.T.A.L.K.E.R. You used to work at S.T.A.L.K.E.R. You quit and try to sabotage X-11. You failed. Escape to the mainland. Go into hiding. Then come back and make sure those bastards can't complete Project X.
Something's wrong.
going to let it go, huh?
I was worried. Haven't you been following the news? The zone's going to hell. The Stalker, he's back. Those papers I mentioned, do you have them?
Where are your manners, young man? You won't even offer a man a shit and pour him a cold one?
Here. I don't want to be anywhere near these things.
This is... Yes! This is it! At last!
There's nothing exciting in there anyhow. I've told you before, young man, if even my own work can end in failure.
Faust wasn't exactly a failure, in a way. Haven't you heard? He tapped into the X network, brought the monolith back, and caused a bloodbath all over the zone.
So he's... your project? The abilities you incorporate...
Shut up! I knew I was right all along. So that bunch of old farts in pots haven't given up on my research. Hooking him up to the monolith was a stroke of genius.
Thanks for those papers. They're a treasure worth all the years I spent at Malachite. We'll stay in touch. I've got grand plans for the future.
And I told them that the only way to create a true controller is to preserve his capacity to think, to feel, and make decisions. Sure, right now the choices he's making don't align with what the Ward, the MDST or anyone else had in mind. But I did succeed.
The MDST? What's that?
The scientists from Project X who, unlike me, were eager to continue their research even after it was officially shut down. It appears they were the ones who made the controller project a reality. Officially, they had no funding or approval to proceed. However, Sea Consciousness wasn't content with merely creating the zone. They were determined to safeguard a pitiful existence. That's why they needed the monolith. And later on, Faust and his abilities.
Why did you create Faust?
The mutants turned out to be far too unpredictable, useless, and downright dangerous. The aim was to mold them into obedient soldiers. The Liege had some success with more primitive tools. But I believed we were on the wrong path. The error, I thought, lay in the very design of the controllers. Without consciousness and human empathy, their Psi abilities were pitiful. Faust demonstrated this vividly, but masterful tools necessitate much more precise fine-tuning.
Who is Faust now? What have you turned him into?
We granted him the abilities of a controller mutant. But I'm convinced that Faust has retained his humanity. See, there's no more Project X, no Sea Consciousness, no MDST to protect. He wasn't being directed by a program. He initiated this of his own free will. I believe the monolith became an idea to him. Give a man an idea he can grasp, and he'll do much more than he would ever do cursed. I've always said that it works better than any leash.
I found the suppressor. Can you install it?
All right. I almost forgot the reason you're here. All the work I did. It's all become meaningless. You're going to kill Faust.
A lot of people died because of him.
Were they good people? Well, Then find other good people to install the suppressor. I'm not a technician. You're as much of a fool as I am if you think you can set things right. The controller project was abandoned, and yet Faust endures. Monolith disappeared, and now it has returned. Go ahead and kill Faust, Stalker. It won't change a thing. You'll see.
You need something fixed? Well, will your item remain the same when I'm finished with it, or... Come back anytime.
Skiff, come in. How's Sky's request going? Is there a way to deal with the phantoms of our mad monolith preacher?
I've got the suppressor. It should shield me from Faust's influence.
Good news for once. Can't say the same about the rest. Faust is gonna turn everyone in the zone into fanatics. And the worst is that he's got a pretty good chance. But we have a plan. Head over to the Duga. I'll tell you all about it. Another patrol! Watch out, Stalker!
Must be nearby.
Come on! Do it! Now!
otherwise blocked. Shit!
We're circle round from the northwest. They might be good at stealth, but my men are even.
Ouch! It hurts.
Keep your heads down. I told you not.
We've got nothing to talk about.
Go outside, not in the building. Are you trying to ruin my surprise for those fanatics?
Oh, dang. Understood.
Any questions? Anytime.
Look at us! We're having a blast! As long as Faust is surrounded by phantoms, we can't get to him. And the fact that he has a small army and the most powerful brain scorcher in the zone is not making it easier.
Oh yeah. You guys sure know how to throw a party.
We didn't plan this when we turned on the S.T.A.L.K.E.R, but we can't let Faust turn the zone into zombie land. The zone bows to no one. This is gonna be a real mess. The Monolithians aren't creative, but they're stubborn as hell. I can't wait to get rolling. But if you need time to gear up, this is your last chance. If you're ready, I'll brief you on the plan, and off we go.
Why don't we just head back to Promin and shut down the Duga?
We've tracked synchronizing impulses. It means that Faust's followers obtain control codes from the emitter and can activate the Duga whenever they want. Basically, we've lost remote access. The only way is to turn it off manually. And I know how.
I was born ready. I live for this stuff.
Let's get down to business. You see the Duga? We can't storm it head on. Faust and that Psi radiation will fry our brains before we even get close. But we haven't been sitting around, and we've got blueprints from the underground utilities. Turns out, there's a sewer line running from the firehouse straight to the Duga. It's a quiet way in, and the patrols won't see us. You gotta get to the transformer room and shut down the Duga. Once you're done, we'll take care of the Monolithians, while you take on Faust. Any questions?
I've got my part sorted. What's your plan?
We've got all our friends gathered. Did you see anyone on your way here? That's the point. Today, the Monolith is gonna find out how many folks are really with S.T.A.L.K.E.R. But why ruin the surprise? You're the last piece of the puzzle. Once you get down there, my unit commanders will go about their business. The Monolithians have us outmanned and outgunned. But if we can distract and divide them, their brute force won't count for much.
Any guards patrolling the substation?
Our teams report that Monolithians don't give a damn about the transformer room. Plus, we've got a couple tricks to keep them occupied while you're there. As for the ward, after the hit they took, they won't be coming anywhere near the Duga again. They got the memo.
Any complications I should be aware of?
The sewers ain't exactly a walk in the park. They're crawling with mutants. But I'd rather take on critters than Gauss snipers any day. You'll manage. Shutting down the Duga might make a little noise, so be ready for some armed guests to crash your little party at the substation. Stay on your toes.
I'll shut down the Duga, and I'll deal with Faust.
Attaboy! Now get into the tunnel before new Monolithian patrols show up. The signal is patchy down below, so make sure to get to the radio room. That's our first communication point. That's the gist of it. We'll figure out the rest as we go. March, Mugwort, China. Get to your squads and take positions. Let's roll.
You know, Skiff, I've got this gut feeling. When shit's about to hit the fan, I can sense it coming a mile away. But if there's good stuff around the corner, I get pumped up in advance. And this time, my gut's telling me it's gonna be smooth as silk. Just like it's meant to be. You'll see. Who knows? Maybe we'll see the Shining Zone sooner than we expect.
I got here as fast as I could. What's the latest?
So far, everything's going smoothly. The Fanatics are suspecting something, but that was part of the plan too. Time to open the presents. That'll keep the Monolithians busy while you make a run for the Transformer route. We'll get in touch once you're there. China, we're ready.
About time. Let's get this party started, Commander.
Ambush on the roof. We need backup. 150 to the... They went around the shipways. They got some weapons. Can't tell what it is. Don't even think about engaging head on. Let the sniper handle it. Team here. Mission complete. Ha ha! They took the baits. 4 large units are heading to the explosion sites. We're falling back. The path is clear. This is your moment, Skip. The rest of you, let's keep the Fanatics running in circles. We've got a squad coming in from the northwest. They're skirting around the checkpoint. Good. Lead them away from the rest, as far as you can. Make it quick. We're getting antsy waiting for them here. Are you there, Stalker? Now, you gotta activate all the transformers. That should overload the grid and temporarily shut down the Dugas.
Something's wrong.
We're in position, boss. 20 to the north. We just spotted a floating body. Hold them off, no matter what. Don't let them catch sight of China. Copy that, boss.
I'm moving to cover. Brother, support me with...
fucking did hit Skip. The Dugas not gonna pose a threat for a while. And now these assholes have no idea where we're gonna hit them. It's time to
Move on to the grand finale.
So, you were after Faust, right? There's a gathering on the roof of the comm center. The Dugas command post.
It seems like the preacher is about to come out and address his flock.
Go finish him off. We've got your back. And if you hear an explosion, take a look around. It's not every day we make the Dugas sparkle.
I'm moving to cover.
We welcomed our guest. Took some casualties. Got it. Mugwort, what about you? Ah! What do you think? Fuck! Where's that gunfire coming from? Fuck, Star. There's a lot of them right under the Dugas. Give us your coordinates. We're moving in.
brothers. Keep the enemy pinned.
Let's get this done!
to me!
I'm the truth!
mortal dies, yet the soul endures. Welcome to the subtle world. Take a seat, Skiff. We have a lot to talk about. What time of day would you choose for an intimate conversation?
I've always liked dawn. What a fascinating show.
Much of the zone is not what it seems.
What the hell did you unleash upon us?
You know more than I do. Envoy of the Monolith.
What?
You stood by his side, carrying out his will, and now you've come for me. I have angered him. And that is why you are here, seeking revenge and a reward.
I don't get it. I just want to reclaim what I've lost.
That makes two of us.
Is that so?
Some come to the zone to make money. Others come looking for miracles. Many just want to find happiness, you know? A way to feel real and alive again. But have you ever met anyone who was truly happy? And what do they look for if the miracles don't satisfy them? The monolith brought joy to a chosen few. But I've decided that all stalkers in the zone deserve better.
How generous of you.
I've been here before. Once. A long time ago. When I was a stalker. Looking for an adventure. I took just one awkward step. And my whole world plunged into darkness. But in the end, it was I who gained true sight, while the others kept stumbling around in the dark, searching for invisible wonders. The monolith showed me the zone for what it truly is.
The monolith has nothing to do with this.
You know more than I do, Envoy.
There is no monolith, Faust. You acquired controller abilities in one of the X labs, so you could guide the monolithians and serve C consciousness. So long as they were alive.
Well, you would say that. I'm not surprised. You need to stay here a little longer. There is nothing you can keep secret that will not come into the open. It's just a matter of time. Such is the will of the monolith.
Something's wrong. See you first. Brothers, I need cover. No one can hide from us. Taking cover.
The enemy feared the power of the monolith. Brothers, I need cover! No one has gauged the monolith. I'm moving to cover. Brothers, support me with your fire. Escapes the monolith. I'm moving to cover. Brothers, support me with your fire. No one can hide from us. The enemy feared the power of the monolith. What was that? I'm moving to cover, brothers. Keep the enemy pinned. No one can hide from us. Taking cover! No one can hide from us. Taking cover!
Pushing them north. What about Faust?
Dead. What about S.T.A.L.K.E.R?
He did it. He blew up the Dugas, but he didn't make it. We've lost so many. It doesn't matter. Let's not waste our time mourning. S.T.A.R wouldn't want that. Come in. Do you copy? Is anyone still alive out there?
I'm alive.
That's the kind of news I like to hear.
And what about Faust? Is he in the still alive category as well?
No.
I like that kind of news even better. Believe it or not, I'm a little sorry he's gone. He was a true believer. That's rare. But enough poetry. Search his body.
He's got to have something on him that can help us. You'll know it when you see it. Meet me at Malachite.
More work? No rush. Yep, don't be a stranger.
Get in here or not. Make up your mind.
What if Faust doesn't have it? What if...
Are you even tuning in?
Honestly, not really. Whether we dig in or not, everything's going to change very soon. Do you get it? Oh, you will.
Why the fuck did I have to join?
Skip! At last! Did you find it?
Possibly. What is it?
It's the key to something incredibly important. Something that's going to change us all. And it's all thanks to you and me. Come, the time of miracles is nigh.
What miracles?
Terrifying ones, astonishing ones, and above all, real ones. Those are the only kinds of miracles we have here in the zone.
All right. What do I have to do?
Place the key on the controls over there and hold your breath. Come on, use the key already.
Greetings, Skiff. I know you have a lot of questions for me. Ask them, and then we'll decide what to do with you.
How do you know me?
We're aware of everything that happens in the zone, but we're not always capable of influencing it. After S.T.A.L.K.E.R tried to replicate the Caribbean experiment, some of their anomalous energy seeped into the mainland. It affected a number of people, but you were the only one who sought the truth.
Who are you? Or what are you?
We are C consciousness. We were once 7 scientists, 7 distinct personalities. Now, we exist as one mind. By merging our consciousnesses, we've achieved a direct connection with the Noosphere. I am the representative of C consciousness.
Since you survived, does that mean the Noosphere is an extension of life?
The Noosphere is much more than just the Earth's information field. Thanks to the Zone, sentient beings can achieve eternal life in the form of subtle matter. Pure consciousness, free from the constraints and limitations of a physical body. However, should anyone attempt to harness the anomalous energy, it will inevitably result in the annihilation of all subtle matter.
Everyone in the zone thinks S.T.A.L.K.E.R killed you all. How did you manage to survive?
When S.T.A.L.K.E.R went to Lab X7 with the intent of destroying our pods, we were certain that the end was near. As it turned out, even after our physical demise, our existence persisted within the noosphere. Regardless of S.T.A.L.K.E.'s intentions, any efforts to revive us would have been futile because the merging of our minds is irreversible.
What are you trying to achieve?
After the reckless intervention by S.T.A.L.K.E.R, the structure of the noosphere was damaged, isolating individual subtle matter images from one another. The Shining will reinstate the right to immortality for all sentient beings in the zone, and eventually, for all of mankind. From then on, our liberated consciousnesses will gain the ability to communicate directly with one another, facilitating the free exchange of knowledge and experience. It will be the dawn of a new age.
So this is what the Shining Zone really is. I knew it in my heart. I believed in it all along. Seek and ye shall find.
The Shining can rid us of the darkness that's holding us back, preventing us from hearing each other. It will grant us eternal life. No pain, no regret, no suffering.
How can we make this new age come sooner?
S.T.A.L.K.E.R, the warriors at the gates. It's just a matter of time before they break through.
But of course. Fuck. Take care of them, and fast.
Remember, I don't work for you.
You're working with me. Over and out. Skip, I need you to help distract the ward while I get the professor out. I'll meet you outside. I can't get the professor out of here while you're still hanging around. You have to distract the ward.
happens near the railroad tunnel to Skip. You know that...
Skiff! There's no denying I was right now, is there? What we witnessed was truly a miracle.
Sure, it was pretty impressive, but I'm having a hard time believing it all.
That's because we were so rudely interrupted. Faith always begins with doubt, but it also culminates in knowledge. Doesn't matter. We'll find another way to contact the representative. We'll need to locate the X Network Center where all the visiographs are linked. The problem is, we don't know where it is or how to get there. It's time to go legend hunting, Skiff. We need S.T.A.L.K.E.R. If anyone knows about that center, it's him.
What do you know about S.T.A.L.K.E.R?
All there is to know in the zone. He did what no one has ever done before. He reached the very center of the zone and revealed Pripyat's secrets. I've been looking for him for as long as I can remember. But so far, all my efforts have been in vain. Lucky for us, he wasn't alone on his journey. He had Fang, Ghost, and a doctor with him. And everyone save for the doctor is either missing or dead.
So, what are you gonna do next?
You should be asking what you're going to do. To find S.T.A.L.K.E.R, we'll need to track down the doctor. He's the only one from S.T.A.L.K.E.'s group whose whereabouts aren't a total mystery. He's a legend in his own right. He materializes out of thin air, heals everyone he encounters, even mutants, and then vanishes without a trace.
Okay, where do I find him?
I have no idea, but he's often sighted in the Red Forest. Listen to the local tall tales. There's always more truth to them than meets the eye. At the very least, you'll get a break. I have a feeling you could use one, Hello, hello! The road to the Shining Zone is a long one, and full of hardships. Those who tread it must find their own answers. But for everyone in S.P.A.R.K., one thing is clear. The ward must be destroyed. I'm not saying goodbye.
We risked our necks just lugging him back, and you wanted to search the clearing too?
Calm down. He saved your life 6 months ago. We couldn't just leave him behind.
Dead folks don't give a fuck where they rest. But I do. I mean, who could do this to a human being?
I know who. It's those mercenaries. They were looking for the doctor, and they found Gray instead.
Bullshit. Mercs wouldn't do something like this.
People ain't mutants. They're capable of anything. Now hush. I've got to figure out what mold Gray like that. Maybe then we can hunt the fuckers down. Sorry, Lona. Not a good time. We're not open for business right now.
So why don't you get the fuck out of here? And shut the door on your way out.
We're not open for business, but we can chat. Keep it short. You can see what's going on here.
Who did him in?
I wish I knew. 2 of our guys went on a job for McLuhan, and we found one of them close by, like this. It might be those mercs that just showed up here. Hell knows what they're up to.
Mercs are all right. They get their pay, they do their thing. But, Gray, someone went out of their way to make him suffer, cutting him up real slow.
I'm looking for the doctor. I heard you might know where to find him.
You too? Are you working with the Mercs, you son of a bitch? Answer me!
Put the gun down. Now. And you, Loner. Why are you so interested in the doctor?
I'm looking for S.T.A.L.K.E.R. The doctor knows where to find him.
I don't know why you need S.T.A.L.K.E.R, but finding the doctor ain't exactly a walk in the park either. No one knows where the doctor lives. All we know is he helps the wounded, both human and mutant. He saved my life some 5 years ago.
Why didn't your buddy, the doctor, step in for Gray, huh? Too busy stitching a tentacle back to a bloodsucker's ass. Or are we hunters worse than mutants?
If he didn't help, he couldn't. Or didn't want to. Or maybe the mercs got to him first.
Are these mercs looking for the doctor, too?
They swung by the other day, asking where the doctor was at, where he was last seen. Throwing money around, so I told them as much as I could. If I'd known what would come of it, I'd have shut my fucking trap, as Hornet would say.
Tell me more about the doctor.
Want me to do a little dance for you while I'm at it? Everybody's got questions about him. First the Mercs, now the Loners.
It can get much worse. The doctor is a legend around here. Nobody really knows where he's holed up. But if you're injured, he'll track you down and lend a hand. Well, at least he used to.
I'm telling you, it was the doctor. We'd been hunting his pets. That's why he came after us.
You're an idiot, Hornet. The doctor saved my ass once. And I've been in the hunting business around here for a solid decade.
What are you guys doing here, anyway?
Breeding fleshes for a stew. We're hunting, what else? We can't all go anomaly diving and playing detective. Sometimes scientists cut us a check for some mutants, or freedom tosses us a job. Life's pretty decent here. Or at least it used to be. I used to feel at home in these woods. But now, it's like I'm locked up all over again. Like that one time back in Garbage. Enemies everywhere, nowhere to run.
Well, find them.
Or they'll find us first. Just like Gray.
So you've seen the doctor?
Just like I see right now. Except I had a hole in my gut, so the memory's a little hazy. I saw a shadowy figure, and then I woke up in the clearing. My wound was all cleaned and patched up. And my radio was even charged. The guy said I was missing for a week. So don't pay attention to Hornet. The doctor never hurt anyone. He's all about helping folks.
So where should I start looking for him?
Ray was gonna stake out a place where the doctor was spotted before. It was a while ago, but I don't have any other leads. If it was those mercs, maybe they left something behind.
So that's why you've been chattering away for 2 hours straight? Huh? You're thinking of sending a loner to snoop around the clearing?
You're after the doctor, Stalker, and I'm looking for the bastards who did Gray in. Why don't we lend each other a hand?
Don't listen to him, loner. 2 fellas took on McClure's job. Gray and a new guy. You can see what's left of him. Something's fishy. If you go after them, you might not make it back either.
Thanks for the help. And the heads up.
If those mercs were behind it, watch your step out there. And if it wasn't them, be even more careful.
Better yet, get out of here while you still can. Before it gets worse. 5 years. Now, I guess...
What kind of job was Gray doing out there?
A bunch of Freedom guys set up a secret stash in a cave. Well, not that secret, really, but no one here wants to mess with McCluha. But the mutants don't give a damn about McCluha and his crew. One of those freaks took over the cave, and Freedom lost their stash. They won't risk going in themselves, so they hired us. But I swear, I ain't setting foot in that forest ever again. Not even if all of Freedom goes bankrupt.
I could do it.
I'm not gonna try to talk you out of it. I just hope it goes better for you than it did for Gray.
Boys.
It's Gray! Please! Something's not right. It's Gray!
Bad timing, man.
Something's not right. I know you're in here somewhere.
Arkip! Can you hear me? Arkip! It's Gray! Fucking anomaly! Tundra got shot! We just set up shop right where the doctor was spotted. I figured if we saw him, we'd hand him over to the mercs. Now Tundra's guts are hanging out! I couldn't even see where the shot came from! Could have been anywhere! Tundra has a dead man walking! You gotta tell him! Breathe! Don't!
Stalker, what are you doing here? Ah, it hurts.
I'm looking for the doctor.
We were looking for him too, but he got to us first. We were sent here to track down the doctor. I told Wolfhound not to take the job. We don't even know the client. I figured we'd be safe here, with all these anomalies and radiation around. But he just plowed right through, you know? The Geiger's off the charts, and he's just strolling around.
Who are you working for?
I have no idea. Nobody's ever seen the guy, and his jobs always turn out bad. He sent my pal to Wild Island after S.T.A.L.K.E.R went kaboom. Never heard from him again. We should never have taken this job. Bad call.
What's with the radio?
That's our signal. When it's blasting at full volume, it means trouble. Make a run for it and don't look back.
But what if someone follows the sound back here?
Bring 'em on. I'm as good as gone already, as you can see. At least I can give the guys a fighting chance.
Who is he?
The doctor! It was him! He's the one who took out those hunters, then came gunning for us. He knew we were onto him. I couldn't do anything. He dropped 2 of our guys with a sniper rifle. Bang! Bang! Gone! And then he walked right through the radiation. I put 2 rounds in him. The guy didn't even blink. Next thing I knew, he was right up in my face, point blank. I've used up all my medkits. I'm not gonna make it, am I?
Here, take this. It'll help.
Thanks, Loner. I hope the guys get back soon.
Alpha team, we've tracked him down to the cemetery. We need backup ASAP. I repeat, everyone, get your asses over here.
He's about to off them all. You gotta help him, Stalker. He's gonna wipe them all out.
will be destroyed. Shoot to kill! Come and get me! Ha!
We got that scumbag. Did anyone catch where he went? I'll forward in the coordinates to the client. Watch my back. Commander, there's someone else trying to flank us. Take them all down. Must be a grateful patient coming to the rescue.
I need cover!
He didn't kill them by choice. The monolith guided him to hunt me with live bait. And I won't let you finish him. Enough deaths.
Is he going to make it?
I've treated worse injuries. Even on monolithians. Especially on monolithians.
He spilled a lot of blood to get here. His own, and other people's.
And so did you, I imagine. I'm aware of what he's done, but he's injured and needs help. That's all that matters to me.
So, it was him who killed the mercenaries and hunters.
But they were bait. A way to catch my attention.
But you hadn't helped them.
How many lives can a dead doctor save? Sometimes you need to make small sacrifices, so you can save more lives later.
So, this is what the real doctor looks like.
Do you know him? This monolithian?
Strider. His name's Strider.
That's a good name. An honest name. You were looking for the doctor. Well, you found him. Now, what do you want from me?
I'm looking for any information about S.T.A.L.K.E.R. I know you two have some history.
I doubt S.T.A.L.K.E.R's figured out how to bring the dead back to life. So it's up to us to help Strider. Everything else can wait.
You think there's still a chance to help him?
In a way, Strider's fortunate to be a monolithian. There's something that can help men like him, but not us. I've marked a former monolithian hospital on your PDA. If they've tapped into the old stashes, you might find a regenerator there. Along with the monolithians themselves, of course. I'd ask you to spare the wounded and keep them alive. But it's your call, Stalker.
I've heard that you treat both humans and mutants. Why?
Because none of them are responsible for what's going on here. Not the Stalkers, not the mutants, not even the monolithians. And also because everyone has to pay their dues someday.
A regenerator? What's that?
A creation of sea consciousness. It helps the monolithians to heal even the most grievous injuries and get radiation out of their bodies faster. Unfortunately, it only works on those who lack resistance to external control after being completely stripped of sea immunity. Trading one's freedom for the chance to wander through the CNPP during an emission is a devil's bargain. But no one asked their opinion on the matter.
Why are you so concerned about his life?
Because it's the only thing we truly possess. No matter how bad we believe it to be. Now go. Don't waste any more time.
What the hell?
Help our brethren in their recovery. Your enemies are many, and every brother is invaluable.
You cannot. I'm breaking through. Cover me, brothers.
If you have it, it will be.
Excellent, brothers.
What the?
Get under the dome and head to the basement. Waiting for you there.
How long did you know each other?
Not long. I met him on Wild Island, back when he was still human.
He was someone who had everything taken away from him. His past, his ability to fight back, even his name. We go to great lengths to cover up our mistakes.
What do you mean, Doctor?
After years of work, a group of scientists managed to tap into the noosphere, the Earth's informational field, an achievement comparable at best to the conquest of space. It was a turning point not just for science, but for the fates of the human race. However, as with all people, each of my colleagues was truly interested in only one person: himself. They began to dream of worldwide fame, of laurels crowning their bald, shiny heads. Naturally, the truth couldn't come out about secret laboratories, brutal experiments, and other such dubious undertakings. It was out of the question. And so, they all got carried away with their dream of a perfect world. You know how the saying goes, great minds think alike, though fools seldom differ. And lo and behold, what do we have decades later? The Zone In our image, after our likeness.
You were there, right? For the Sea Consciousness Project.
I was once as deluded as they were. But my doubts soon outweighed their confidence. And so when the experiment took place, one of the pods was left empty. The eighth one. Or rather, the first. Dr. Kaimanov's pod. My pod. And so you've solved yet another mystery of the zone, Stalker. Perhaps the most unsettling one. Dr. Kaimanov. Pleased to meet you.
Thanks for your help. Whatever happened to life is the only thing we truly possess.
Frankly, choosing between the two of you wasn't easy. It wasn't my first time, but it only gets harder over the years. But if you don't make the choice, someone else will make it for you. And it usually ends up being worse. I'm not fond of thinking for others or giving advice, but I get the feeling Strider would approve of the choice I made, however strange it might sound.
There was an eighth pod.
The human brain is too frail to handle a direct connection to the noosphere on its own. In order for it to work, we required 8 participants in pods filled with a specific solution. I was supposed to be in one of those pods, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Valentine reproached me for my lack of courage. But given how things turned out, I was actually too daring. In the end, what we got wasn't control over the noosphere, but rather the zone itself. The lesser of two evils, if you ask me.
The scientists you mentioned, Sea Consciousness, they're still alive.
No, that can't be. Strelok dealt with them back in 2012.
I spoke to the representative through the Visiograph in Malachite. They still exist in some kind of form he called subtle matter.
Subtle matter? But that's impossible! That means it's still going on.
So, you were the one who created the zone?
Me? No, certainly not. The zone created itself. I merely facilitated its emergence. Although my colleagues and I had different expectations for the outcome of our experiment. You see these blind dogs? I've been trying to tame them for years, but they were born in a lab where they've known nothing but pain and fear. But Tiger here found me on his own. He just came out of the woods one day and tried to steal a sausage. He was born free and had the freedom to make his own choices, you see. The zone is our collective offspring. But all we've imparted to it is suffering and sorrow. It doesn't know any other way. Maybe we're the same.
Why did you refuse to get in the pod?
Because I've always held on to my belief in humanity. My colleagues, on the other hand, advocated for fixing it through the noosphere. purging it of darkness. How could I consent to such a notion? How could I permit them to rob all of humanity, not just of its ability to act freely, but even to think independently? Everything dark and light about us is a result of our own choices. The Zone was born in a place of tragedy and horrific experiments, but I believe in a different zone. A zone open to everyone.
A zone open to everyone? That sounds kind of dangerous.
That's because it's the only way you see it. Frightened and caged, born amid evil and violence. What else could the Zone have evolved into? In a place where both humans and nature are nothing more than test subjects. If it had been born into freedom, like Tiger, it might have evolved differently, into a zone of creation, rather than destruction. And then, we might have become different too. We always had the ability to overcome the circumstances. Access to the noosphere would have made us better, even if it meant a rough start. Understanding and forgiving each other is a difficult endeavor.
What do you know about subtle matter?
It was a theory developed by Valentine Darlin, the leader of sea consciousness. Apparently, he's now become the image of the representative. Back in the day, he ridiculed my calculations regarding the existence of the noosphere, while I firmly believed that subtle matter was unscientific. In the end, I turned out to be right. But if he was also close to the truth, that changes everything. According to his theory, subtle matter can preserve a reflection of a person's mind, their personality. If you're implying the representative is real, that means they actually succeeded.
Before me, S.T.A.L.K.E.R was the only one who'd spoken to the representative. That was back in 2012, before sea consciousness died. S.T.A.L.K.E.R managed to reach the center of the zone and return unscathed.
Then S.T.A.L.K.E.R probably knows more about subtle matter than I do. Along with the sea technologies that sea consciousness has mastered during their 6 years of frenetic activity, chances are he's still researching it to this day.
That's why I'm looking for S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Word is he's back in the zone.
I haven't seen him in quite some time. Maybe that's for the best. Our perspectives on the zone have probably developed quite differently over the years. If your information is correct, I doubt he's ventured too far from the cordon. Men like him tend to develop a deep attachment to a place they regard as their own and refuse to let go.
I want to find out if subtle matter is real. Things like this shouldn't be left to blind faith.
The scientific method isn't just about the experiment. It's about being able to replicate it. And I happen to know how to test a few of my hunches. If only Valentine could see me now. Well, perhaps he can. We tried to connect to the noosphere as an experiment in the Orbita underground lab. Back then, I saw nothing like the afterlife. But now, with the zone, I think the truth is worth taking a risk. But first, you need to get the cartridge from the signature station in a different lab. X3. Near the cordon. It's been 20 years, so the entrances I knew of are long destroyed, but stalkers always find a way. Talk to Sidorovich, he's in charge of the cordon, and could have heard some stories about X3. I'll send you the code to the cartridge slot. Take it, and head to Orbita. Good luck. Good day, Stalker. People who I find and treat often condemn their destiny and the zone. But action always causes a proportionate reaction. What if Stalkers themselves are to blame for the zone's cruelty?
Hey, a Stalker. Got a minute?
Well, I won't. May the zone protect you.
My memory ain't what it once was.
Hold on. You got a minute?
Well, well. Just like old times. The zone's freaking out. The monolithians shoot whatever they see, and stalkers are jumping at their own shadows. But none of it affects business. It just keeps getting better and better. Straight.
I need to get to X3. Do you know where it is?
I am busting my ass, trying to find it, and you waltz in here expecting me to serve it to you on a silver platter? How the hell did you get word of it?
The doctor told me about it.
You're quite a well-connected stalker. If it's the doctor himself, those rumors must be true after all. All right, let's cut to the chase. I don't give a damn why the hell you want X3. But since we're both in the know now, how about a little swap? I'll tell you what I know, and you do me a favor. Deal?
You got any gossip about X3? I'm all ears.
Let's put it this way. If these stories pan out, it's a win for both of us. The Cordon and me. That's all you need to know for now.
What do you want me to do?
I need you to retrieve a package for me. Some thugs after the courier who was supposed to bring it to me. My man found him dead, and the package was missing. I really don't like folks sticking their ugly noses in my business. Do you catch my drift?
Who are these thugs? How many and what guns are they carrying?
Some douchebags from garbage, I guess. Looks like they figured they could wait out Monolith at my cordon. But they forgot one thing. In the zone, you can get killed anywhere, especially if you rain on your host's parade.
Is there something of value in that package?
I'm not interested in cheap junk. Return the package and I'll make sure it's worth your while.
Okay, I'll get your delivery back. Where did your people find the courier again?
Not far from here, near the old vehicle station. Just make sure the package gets here in one piece. As for the bandits, do whatever you want. If you take them out, I might even add a tip.
Got you in our sights, Stalker. You want to talk? Keep your cool and the guys will let you in. You have my word.
Looks like we can kiss the dough goodbye, bro. I told you, never take a gig unless they pay up front.
What the fuck is that? Where'd you dig this thing up? You'll end up with a bullet in your dome if this thing jams in a fight. Clean it up. We've got our eyes on you, kid. Keep your finger off the trigger. Who are you? What's your business here?
Sidorovich sent me. You've got his package.
So that was Sidorovich's courier. Fuck. I had a feeling the job was fishy.
Who tipped you off about the courier?
I'm just trying to make ends meet after the Monolith slaughtered my men at Garbage. No questions asked. If somebody pays, I'll take the job. All I care about is coupons, not names.
Hand over the package, and we won't have a problem.
Yeah, of course. On one condition. If you're here, that means we're on Sidorovich's naughty list. The last thing I need now is a war with him. I gotta protect my guys, they're all I've got. The Monolith took the rest of them out at Garbage. That's why I'd rather have a sit-down with Sidorovich. If you put a good word in for us, I'm sure we can come to an arrangement.
Fair enough. I'll pass your apology on to Sidorovich.
Then it's all yours. You sort it out with him, and I'll owe you one. You have my word. Hey, can you give me a hand?
You are alive, you lucky dog.
You were looking for a package. I got it. Now tell me everything you know about X3.
I knew a stalker once called the Marked One. Much like you, he jumped into all kinds of risky gigs. No questions asked. A valuable and rare talent. Folks like that are where Zone legends come from. Guess I shouldn't ask what happened to the bandits, huh?
The bandits don't want to start a war with you. They said they didn't know the courier was yours, and they're hoping you'll understand.
They realized whose pie they stuck their fingers in, huh? Fine, they can leave. I'll find some use for those idiots. So, you want to hear about X3? All right, here's the scoop. Not long ago, a little birdie told me the swamps were swarming with folk, looking for artifacts. All because someone found a way into an old base, proving the rumors right. The bald forest prick kept bragging about how business was booming. I was intrigued, so I started digging into our local goss. And the most interesting rumor I heard was about the Oasis, right here at the Cordon.
The Oasis? What's that?
A stalker's dream come true. A Klondike with more artifacts than you can shake a stick at. Imagine the opportunities if this legend happens to be the real deal.
What is the link between the Oasis and X3?
I've seen some documents where it was listed under the number 3. Oasis, 3, your ex, also 3. See where I'm going? We're looking for the same thing. Or at least, for something closely connected. Because according to those documents, the only way to the Oasis is through the abandoned laboratory. But here's the catch. We have the key to the door, the decoder you took from the bandits. But where is this door? Hell knows.
Who told you about the Oasis anyway?
Somebody who's got full of shit written all over his face. He was just messing with me. And when the time came to back it up, he vanished. Poof, gone for good.
Are you suggesting I find the entrance myself? Where?
Not just suggesting. If we are the only ones who know the way to the Oasis, that information could be worth a pretty penny. As for where, ask the locals. Someone might have heard more than I. Sometimes even campfire gossip ain't all bullshit.